In this video, I will shed light on the LGBTQ+ high school experience. First, there will be an exploration of underlying social psychology concepts, then a short interview followed by background literature, and lastly, a nice summation and hopeful outcomes. Social categorization is a process of simplifying one's environment by creating categories on the basis of shared characteristics. One's in-group is a social group in which someone shares similar characteristics with other members. An outgroup is the alternative. There are no shared characteristics. Due to familiarity, individuals often spend more time with others in their in-group. This provides an opportunity to develop connections over shared experiences. In turn, individuals spend less time with those belonging to an outgroup, which results in favoritism and an us versus them mentality, which can impact behavior. Oftentimes, we hold others within the same group to lower or more forgiving standards than those outside of our group. According to integrated threat theory, members of different groups are often viewed as opponents seeking to obtain the same reward or resource. Realistic threats refer to competition between individuals and their respective groups to obtain the maximum number of rewards or resources in life, even if that means taking things from others. Symbolic threats result from groups having different values and worldviews, which can cause someone to feel that their perceptions are being threatened. Intergroup anxiety describes worrisome feelings an individual may experience when thinking about spending time with those of an outgroup. Negative stereotypes can negatively impact understanding and thoughts or behaviors about other groups. Since those who belong to the superior social group tend to have extra assistance and support, minorities more often feel or perceive to be threatened.
School for me is scary. It's not fun. I dread going to school every morning and being in a classroom full of people who do not share the same interests and values that I do.
It's scary because I don't know how people are going to perceive me when I dress a certain way or if I present myself a certain way to different people.
School is hard, but it will prevail. I have faith in that.
We have had students throw food at us, and we've had students who were on the football team quit the football team because of bullying and harassment.
We had a problem with our day of silence because there was basically some people who decided that it was right to deface our posters and yell at people who were participating in the day of silence.
I was involved in Freshman orientation, and I was actually one of the head ambassadors out of 150 students. I got my privileges revoked because some parent of one of the kids that was in my group called the school and complained that I was their leader and that I was not fit to be a student leader. So it's just really hard.
To further this insight, one should consider peer victimization and its impact specifically on LGBTQ+ high school students. For many, the experience of discrimination and prejudice results in absenteeism, lowered educational aspirations, and academic achievement. Rather than being a supportive and enjoyable community, minorities often find high school to be a very toxic and unfriendly environment. Each day is incredibly draining due to various comments, physical actions, and relational forms of abuse. While these may be extreme, oftentimes they are more subtle, but this does not mean they are any less harmful. When individuals think of aggression, oftentimes blatant, overt examples come to mind. These tend to be very impactful for the receiver and leave them emotionally scarred. For LGBTQ+ youth, they experience this hateful behavior much more often. Around 21% of individuals have experienced physical assault, and 92% of individuals have been verbally harassed over the past year. For those who identify as heterosexual, the rates are much lower. Due to this high occurrence, many young LGBTQ+ individuals worry about their safety while attending school. This can be seen by high rates of absenteeism. Over the course of a month-long study, 30% of LGBTQ+ students had missed at least one day of school. This can clearly impact one's academic performance, as well as personal mental health and well-being. Microaggressions are subtle forms of a degradation that often appear to be harmless. Many times they are not even conscious. Rather, they result from unconscious forces and negative stereotypes. While a singular instance might not be significant, countless occurrences over time can alter a person's confidence and self-view. As addressed earlier, LGBTQ+ individuals tend to be held to specific standards, which can be very harmful since it impacts our social interactions. For example, lesbian youth are often perceived, especially by men, as very sexual individuals. This can cause people to act or behave slightly suggestive, even if they do not intend to behave this way. For the receiver, this can be very draining. In a high school environment, they might feel like each day is a beauty pageant in which they have to appear incredibly beautiful and enticing. Obviously, this is unachievable. Humans are imperfect by design. Sometimes we feel sick, tired, upset, etc., and this can impact our appearance. Therefore, living up to these standards set by others can be incredibly draining, and this can be seen by impacted academic performance. Ideally, the information presented in this video will significantly increase your knowledge and understanding about the LGBTQ+ youth experience, which in turn helps establish the groundwork to begin the process of changing behavior on an individual and group level. In addition, individuals should be able to recognize their treatment of other group members and the possible implications. This should instill within them a desire to act better and be less hostile.